Hello guys, bryonato here. Welcome to my tutorial for Blood and Rust for Titanfall 2 any percent. This is a re-recording of my Blood and Rust tutorial. My other one got deleted by Twitch, so that's pretty cool. And the other one is outdated, so this is basically my third take, I guess, on Titanfall 2 any percent. Just disclaimer: I am recording this live, so if you hear me if you hear me saying random stuff that doesn't make any sense, that's because I'm talking to my chat. So Blood and Rust is the third level in Titanfall 20% and probably one of the most difficult in the entire game. Lots of really tight turns. There's some pretty interesting. There's a pretty interesting skips and an interesting skip and a boss fight at the end. But mostly just a really technical level that requires a pretty in-depth knowledge of every mechanic they need to use in this game. There's a bit of randomness too. We'll cover that, but without further ado, I just kind of want to get started. This first part, the Titan tutorial, is pretty straightforward. Let me make sure that my okay, everything's working properly. So first things first, as soon as you fade in here, you're gonna have you're just gonna do an instant dash. So like right here, we're gonna dash once. And so basically what we're going to be doing is we're going to be trying to be taking tight corners and then using our boost optimally. So what that means, so optimal Titan boosting is we're going to be boosting when we go around corners or when we go off ledges, or both. It's pretty simple. Hello Bumblebee, hello Titan Rain. So right off the start, we're gonna again we're gonna use both of those aspects of optimal Titan boosting. So right when we fade in, we're gonna do a single boost, and you always want to keep a boost charging. So you do a single boost, and we're going to aim for this ledge right here. We're going to boost off here, and then just, you can if you watch my inputs, I usually will strafe slightly to the left here. So boost off here, strafe slightly to the left. Then we come around this corner, and you want to be careful coming around this corner because there are little bits of geometry that'll stick out here. So you just kind of want to stay like about aligned with this like little branch here. So you come around here, and see that, so you got to be careful with the geometry. So you want to stay about like right here. And then we'll come up here. Our next little ledge we're going to boost off of is right up here. And again, try and stay in the middle, kind of on top of this bush, because there's weird geometry on the left side. Sorry, on the left side and on the right. So we come here, boost there. And then I'm going to walk over, I'm going to cut in. Again, we're right around where this branch is. And I'm going to be looking for this little outlet here. And basically what's going to happen is I'm going to try and land on top of that tree. And then I'm going to, again, boost down one more time. So done properly, it looks like you go 1, land on the tree, 2, and then boost off. Normally this guy isn't standing here, but because we took so much time, he's standing there. So all together, I'll just kind of do this from the beginning real quick, just so you have an understanding of what's happening here. So we boost here, run off this ledge, straight to the left, cut the corner tight, boost right here, and then run over here, and then boost here, onto the tree, and then boost again. And so that's pretty much the that's the first part. Pretty straightforward, pretty easy to understand, I think. Continuing on from here, this is pretty simple. We're gonna keep our boost. We're gonna hold on to our boost until we run off this ledge. Boost off the ledge. We're gonna hold on to our next one. Boost here, and then this tone. This tone is probably the next point of contention here. So we're going to be going for tone slide. And so tone slide, how tone slide works is it could be a little bit random, but the point here is we're going to boost off of this ledge coming up here, and then instantly hold crouch, like immediately hold crouch, and then we'll slide right over the top of the tone. So if you're not holding crouch, whether or not you get the slide is going to be I mean, pretty much it's going to be completely random. Thank you for the follow, by the way, Skitst. Anyway, so I might be going a bit too slow to get this here. Okay, there we go. So that's tone slide. So we just kind of like slide off the top of his head there. It's really pretty simple. I'll do this all one more time, just in one go, and then we'll move on to the next part. So boost here, boost here. Cut the corner, align with the bush, boost, boost, slide off the tree, boost again. My boost was a little bit delayed there, but you get the point. This is like pretty simple. I'm already wasting too much time here, honestly, talking about it. And as far as tone slide goes, you can get shot. So all these grunts back here that have the rocket launchers, you can get hit by them, and they will actually slow you down. So if you get hit by an archer as you're going across the tone, you'll actually, you sometimes like miss tone slide. So it just kind of depends on whether or not you get hit by the archers. So coming up here, as we come around this corner, we're just gonna instantly turn and dash. You don't have to worry about, and then we're gonna dash again. You don't have to worry about picking up tone. You'll just like automatically pick up tone no matter how far across the corner you come here. So for this next segment, you'll see we're gonna try and get to this little corner right here before our boost is charged. So as soon as I come up to the corner, I'm gonna do a sharp turn to the right, and then like boost through there. And then we'll move on to Disembark jump, which is probably the next difficult segment here. So we come here, boom. Okay, so now we're gonna come up here. This is like one of the first like really difficult segments of the level. So coming up here is a trick called Disembark jump. It's really tricky. Disembark jump is a trick that works with multiple different timings, but can feel really inconsistent even when you're like convinced you're doing it correctly. So I will try and give you a visual cue for when to time it. This is really just something that you're going to benefit from practicing over and over and over again. So as soon as I come in here, I'm going to dash off this ledge. There's going to be a a tone that spawns at the far end. I'm going to use a barrage of acolyte pods here to kind of like make him stagger, which will sometimes prevent him from shooting us as we're disembarking from tone. And I'll try and execute disembark jump. So I'm going to put a quick save here. So what I'm looking for when I do it here is I'm going to look for Cooper's legs. About right there, when his feet disappear from my view, I'm going to press space. And so that's kind of the trick to be looking for here. So I watch Cooper's legs, and my FOV is 100. So keep that in mind. My FOV is 100, so this might be different for you. When his legs disappear from screen about right there, I'm going to be holding space. So I have it on half speed right now, just so I can better articulate when exactly you're supposed to be doing it. So I'm be looking right here, barrage at the tone, and then I think I'm pressing it a bit too late. I love that I'm fucking like trying to instruct how to do this, and this is what's happening. There we go. So as soon as his legs disappear, I hold space, and then that allows me to get up here. So I'll do this one more time at full speed. There we go. Okay, and one more time. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about with disembark jump. So after you hit disembark jump, you're gonna land on the wall right here. And I usually ride it around, jump off, and then grab it again right here, and that allows me to come up here most optimally. So let's say you don't hit disembark jump, and you land on this pipe right here. If you land on the pipe, I find it's fastest to go around the right side, jump across, and then just kind of come back in here to get it. There's a lot of like really weird geometry that you can mantle on up here, most notably this thing. It's really easy to mantle on it as you're coming up. I even kind of did a mantle right there. So you just have to be careful. The trick here is going to be doing a hard strafe to the right. And I got shot by the tone, so of course that messes me up. There's lots of enemies here, which makes it a bit difficult to talk about in a tutorial setting. There you go. So you strafe to the right, and you can usually come around here in a corner and then get to the button. I'll do this one more time, just for consistency's sake. So let's say I missed disembark jump here. So I come here, land on the pipe, grab onto the wall, jumps. Always cloak when you're doing this too. Always cloak when you're doing this. Okay. So I missed disembark jump. Come up here, grab onto the wall, jump straight left, hold crouch, then you just slide in. Usually the best way to do that. So, once you come in here, you press the button. I'm gonna get lined up with this corner right here. And I'm gonna look about right here. I like to, there's this little white part, and these little like computer consoles and pillars. And so I'm gonna be listening for an audio cue. And so you're gonna hear the voice over here. She's gonna say, activating control room safety airlock procedures. So looking in this direction and standing at this spot, when she says airlock, I'm going to run. And then when she says procedures, I'm going to jump and strafe to the right. So basically it's going to be airlock procedures, just strafe to the right, and then I'm going to kind of slalom through this corner. This lineup can be kind of tricky, so you do airlock procedures. And this is how it looks all done in one. This section can be really, really difficult. So, do I still have monitor capture on? I don't. Okay, good. So I'll kind of, so the trick here is you want to take kind of like a wide arc going around the corner. You want to take a wide arc going around the corner and kind of like hit the apex of it about right here. So if you hit the apex right here, you can kind of jump again. And you can just slide through here. I usually hold my slide a bit because it's really easy to get caught up on this right here or head bonk right there. So when you come around the corner like that, let me see if I can kind of emulate it here. I want to jump. I want to like slide a bit and then jump basically when my position is when I'm about to hit this. But if I jump, I'm not gonna like head bonk on that or get caught up on it. So about like right there, and that allows you to do 2 jumps and then slide through here. Keep in mind this section is like really annoying and it's really easy to bonk anything.
Toxic fumes dispersing in main chamber. Activating control room safety
Airlock procedures. Straight to the right, left, and then slide, jump. And that way you can jump twice and you just slide underneath. Usually without bonking there. If you think you're going too fast, there's nothing wrong with tapping back or tapping S. And that prevents you from bonking right there. So I can just tap S and then I do the slide through. There's lots of different ways you can do this. You might find a way that works better for you than what I'm showing. But in my opinion, the most optimal way through here is you do airlock procedures. Come around here. Hold the slide, jump. And then you can slide under without bonking. And that's that. So, this next section of the game is really difficult. Probably one of the more difficult levels in the entire, or difficult sections in the entire level. So I'll do a quick save here. So when you come out from underneath the doorway here, I'm going to be doing a jump out of the slide. I'm going to strafe left. I want to, from the slide, or from the jump rather, strafe left and then grab onto the wall here. And so then from the wall, I'm going to go into that wall and do a wall kick. And then we'll go from there. So coming out of here, the slide goes boop, boop. And you come over here and I'm going to do a wall kick. Nice strafe left, or sorry, straight right, and then left. I basically want to try and clear, I want to clear this section without hitting the floor right here, but it can be kind of tough. Alternatively, you don't have to wall kick right there. You can grab here and then just do an edge boost if you want. And an edge boost takes you over there pretty fine as well. So it's just kind of, there's definitely like ways to make it easier for yourself if you're just not confident in your ability to wall kick and clear the gap. Another thing to keep in mind right here is this grunt can sometimes get in your way. It's pretty much always healthy just to shoot it once or twice.
This is Kane. What we have here, my eyes.
And that's usually a good idea to prevent any like weird randomness from happening. And so you'll notice my mouse movements and controller inputs and keyboard inputs right here. When I jump away from this wall, and you're going to see me doing this a lot, I'm going to kind of jump away and then strafe back toward the direction I jumped from. And that's a movement that you see a lot in this game in terms of getting optimal distance coming out of a wall jump, is you jump away from the wall and then strafe back toward it, and then normally on the second jump you'll strafe away again. It's just like always kind of moving in an S pattern to extend the distance that you're traveling and gain more speed through strafing. So you come out of here from the slide, you jump onto the wall, strafe back, wall kick, strafe, jump, strafe. You can see you do another like S pattern there. So this slide here is pretty difficult. So this whole section, there's a lot to cover, and I'll try and explain it to you the best I can. So we do the kick here, shoot the guy so he doesn't get in our way. Now from here we're going to do a pretty early jump and then wall kick here, wall kick here. Okay, so that's like kind of part one of this whole thing. So to explain everything that's going on here, I'll try and take this step by step. And maybe I could do it in slow-mo too. Let's see if I can do this in slow-mo. So, there's a distance that you want, there's like an optimal distance you want to be sliding before you, it's really hard for me to do like strafing and stuff in slow-mo. That you want to be sliding before you do the jump here. So I like to land about like right here. So like, I guess you say this is about a third of the way down. And I'm going to be double jumping and then hitting a wall kick off the top of this wall. And so from the top of this wall, you want to be careful because if you look a bit further down, actually hold up, can I just do this? Oh wait, that doesn't work. Right, you don't get to see that then. Um, a bit further down, you see there's like a little overhang, kind of in the top left middle. You have to be really careful about bonking that. So the trick here is you double jump, wall kick, and then you strafe to the left and then to the right really quickly, and that prevents you from hitting that thing right there. And then you do another wall kick here, strafe left, strafe right, and that brings you in here. So this is like that's like the fast strat. That's the really fast optimal way to do it. And I understand that's obviously not going to work for everybody because it's really hard. So there's different ways you can do this too. So if you're not confident in your abilities,
This is Kane.
you can strafe down here,
What we have
wall
here,
kick,
my IMC
and then
friends,
you can even just wall
is
run
a
here,
failure to
and then from the wall run you
communicate.
can normally make this with
That's
strafing.
okay. That's
Can we
okay.
see it in real time again? Yeah, I can show it to you in real time again. So yeah, this is a really difficult segment, and there's also another alternative way through here. Is you just slide down,
What we have
double
here,
jump
my
twice,
IMC and militia
slide hop,
friends,
wall kick.
is a failure to communicate.
So that would be another way through. This grunt that comes out of the doorway down here is really is a big problem.
Listen up.
So
This is Kane.
so again, double jump here,
What we have here, my
do a little flick to the
IMC
left,
and
right and
militia
left to avoid
friends,
that, and then as soon as you see him, I shoot twice.
communicate.
And always shoot twice. Always shoot this guy twice. You can be standing like right here, and he'll be at the doorway here. You can shoot him in the face and he'll still live. So always shoot twice. And something to remember about the EVA shotgun is that you don't have to click twice. You can actually just hold it down. You can just hold it down and it'll keep firing. I know that's probably common knowledge to some people, but it's just something to keep in mind that it might make it easier for you to focus on doing the right input instead of like clicking twice. And so if you don't think you have the distance coming from this wall kick down here,
This is Kane.
if you think that maybe you're going
What
too
we
slow
have
or
here,
you
my
missed a
IMC
wall
and
kick or
militia
something,
friends,
you wall kick here and then you go to the right side, double jump.
and that's okay.
And you want to do an early double jump coming off this wall because if you delay your double jump, you'll find that you'll probably get a head bonk. So an early double jump just makes your arc a bit sharper and makes it so you don't bonk your head on the wall right here. Hello, Incessant Mace. Yeah, double tap, dude, double tap. Number one rule for speedrunning Titanfall 2, honestly.
Listen up.
You always double tap,
This is
everyone.
Kane. What we have
So
here,
double
my
jump,
IMC and militia friends,
flick right left,
is a
wall
failure
kick again,
to
and then bop bop.
communicate.
Okay,
That's okay.
so
That's okay.
if you have any more questions about that segment, feel free to shout out in the comments. I'll help you out there. I want to move on to this next part because Sniper Canal is very difficult. Alright, so this section coming up, as soon as you come in this room, you're going to wall run on the pipes and then like instantly jump off, but not a wall kick. So if you run really long on these pipes and you jump, you're pretty much guaranteed to bonk on this pipe. It's like you jump here and then jump off immediately. And you'll notice that's that movement I was talking about before where you jump away from the wall and then strafe back. The same thing applies right here. So I jump off and then strafe back. It's just a really good habit that extends the distance you jump from a wall and then also increases your speed. So coming out of here, I'll show you, I'm going to show you two different routes to get through here. One of them is slower and easier, and probably is going to be way easier for you if you're a new player for this game. The other route is going to be harder, but there are like different variations that you can use to make it easier for yourself, but it'll still end up ultimately being faster. So if you're just beginning to speedrun this game, my recommendation is going to be this route here. So you're going to come out here. First thing you're going to do is you're going to jump on this wall, get a high jump on the wall, so double jump, and you get an edge boost coming off there. You strafe over to this wall here. You want to land about right there. You don't want to land on the circle here, because if you land on the circle, you're going to find that the game's not going to let you grab the wall. So you want to land below the circle, and then you jump from here, strafe to the right, and then you land on this pattern right here. So this section here is pretty straightforward. From here, you would just want to slalom left and right with your air stripes. You just bunny hop. That's pretty simple. The thing to keep in mind here is once you get right here, you're going to double jump onto this wall. You jump away from the wall and then jump back toward the pipe. So you want to obviously arc around this guy. You really don't want to head bonk that guy. And then when you're jumping back toward the pipe, it kind of gives you a little bit of a boost forward. So it's like, you'll notice if you have like if you're going kind of in the opposite direction when you hit the pipe, it's gonna take longer for you to like gain speed as you're wall running. So if you're already moving forward, you're gonna just get up to that top wall running speed faster. So again, this is pretty simple. There's not a lot to this route. Come here, edge boost, grab the wall, jump away, and then you're just slide hopping through here. And then from here you double jump away, jump back, and you're through. So that's the really simple way. I'm not going to spend too much time on the route because I want to spend a lot of time talking about this next one. So this route right here, let me see if I can do it first take optimally, is probably one of the hardest in the game. Alright, this is going to be perfect, but it's going to be close. So this is one of the slower variants of it, but it works. So that obviously is faster, but is also in turn way harder. So I'll kind of go through this hardest to easiest, and I'll show you how to make certain sections easier. So this first section here, again, you're going to do that jump away from the wall and then back. You want to try and sit around the left side of the doorway here. And then from the left side of the doorway, you kind of want to start turning in here, and then do a double jump. I honestly can't remember if I double jump or a single jump here. Yeah, okay, so I double jump here. Coming up, I want to get a high wall kick here, without bonking my head on the ceiling here. So I'm gonna do that same motion I talked about, where I strafe back toward the wall, or the direction I jump from, and then I'm gonna wall kick about right here. And again, you have to look out for this this geometry here, and you don't want to head bomb. If you can, it's actually possible to get through this ledge here without it slowing you down. But most of the time, you're going to be taking a bit of a speed hit when you go through the sledge. That's just how the game works. But there's definitely like a way you can kind of strafe more to the left through here and not take a slowdown from it. And so from there, so you come through here. Wall kick, straight back, wall kick. If you can't land on top of this pipe here, you're going to want to land about right here, and then again, you want to shoot this guy twice. So shooting this guy twice can be kind of hard. He can have some random movements, but basically you want to jump here so that you clear this rail without sliding on it, and then you can wall kick right there. So, once again, boop, 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 boop. Okay, and so in that situation, I didn't hit the pipe, or I wasn't going to clear the pipe, so I should have just went right here and then done that. And then from there, you're going to do another wall kick right here, and this is probably the toughest section of the level, or the route, is that wall kick. And so from that wall kick, you can honestly go all the way from here, all the way to the pipes down here. You can do a wall kick straight up there, or you have to land on this corner right here. So either way is, you kind of have to like improvise as you're coming through. You have to like react to like what speed you're getting and how you're doing to figure it out. Here we go. So this is how it looks most optimally. And you have to have like, you have to get 3-frame wall kicks the whole way through and have really optimal strafing to get through like that. But again, if you're not going fast enough for it, and I'll purposely slow myself down here. If you're not going fast enough for it, that grunt never comes forward like that. That never happens. You want to shoot this guy twice. Wall kick here. Land on this corner. Jump. And there you go. It's usually a good idea to shoot this drone as well, because he can get in your way. Keep in mind, this route is really, really difficult, so if you don't get this in the first 20 tries, that's okay. It's really, really hard. So let's talk about how we can make this a bit easier. Pretty much anytime I'm doing a wall run here, or a wall kick, you can do a wall run on this route. You can wall run here. Oops, I did a wall kick. You can wall run here, and then you can come down here, shoot this guy twice. You can come over here, you can get an edge boost. Get an edge boost, jump here, and you can just continue through as normal. Wall running is always going to be slower than wall kicks for a route like this, where so much of what you do is dependent on speed, but you can do wall runs here, and you can get away with it. Shoot him twice, you get an edge boost, and there you go. Something to really keep in mind when you're watching me do this is you need to pay attention to my strafe patterns too. Strafe patterns are everything. So we strafe back toward the wall, wall kick here, strafe left, strafe right, strafe right, and then we strafe left. So strafe patterns are everything on routes like this, and these are what makes the differences. Especially on these slower routes too. If I'm doing wall runs instead. Like right here when I do the edge boost, I strafe back toward the wall and then I strafe left again. So again, strafe patterns are everything. Make sure to like try and emulate what I'm doing, and you'll find that it gives you the most success. Shoot the guy twice, wall kick here. So if something like this happens, and you find yourself like you bonk here, the best thing to do is you're going to do a wall run off there, and then you just wall run again on this wall. That's probably the best way through. That's sniper canal. Keep in mind this section is really hard. Try and emulate the strafe patterns. Give it the attention it deserves, because this section can save you a lot of time if you hit it correctly. And the key to this, especially this route here, is all about understanding how fast you're going, and all about how much height you can get. So the higher you get, you're gonna find you have more success. It's also possible to wall kick off of this wall here and still hit the pipe, but not have the speed to wall kick off the pipe and make it all the way to the next section. So, damn it, I'm trying to like. So in that situation, you just have to wall run on the pipe to make it over the next part here. If you find yourself down here, you come over here, you get to this pipe, jump, and you're in. Alright. Would wall runs plus edge boost be faster than going left and lower? Yes! Yeah. That's correct, Bumblebee. Alright, so now that we're here, we'll talk about this next section. If you have any more questions about Sniper Canal, don't hesitate to ask in the comments. So now we'll move on to this next section here. So from here, when I'm coming in with speed, I usually land on this pipe, double jump, and I'm going to land about right here, do a double jump bunny hop, and then you can grab the wall. That's usually the best way up. Another way, alternatively, if you land kind of down here, is you can just kind of jump back and forth between these pipes. I can't really get it right now for some reason. No, maybe I'm wrong. Well, in any case, you double jump onto the pipe, double jump off, and then you run up. You can land there. It's a little bit difficult, a little bit tricky, but why did it put me here? Huh, my quick save put me all the way back here for some reason. That was a bug. I think that's happened before too. Alright, so we'll put it here. So again, bunny hop, or slide up off the pipe, bunny hop, and then you land on the pipe again. So this is the fastest way across right here, is you just wall run on the right side, and then you could just jump across. It's really that simple. You don't have to do any other fancy shenanigans. Something to be careful of when you're jumping off of this pipe is this guy right here sticks out kind of far, so you want to be careful not to jump off too early. Otherwise, you'll do that. You'll just immediately latch onto the other wall. Latching onto that wall is honestly fine. If you can react to it, you can still get across, and there's really nothing wrong with it. It's just something to be mindful of. Because I've definitely had times before where I do this, and I jump here, and I'm like, oh crap, I didn't mean to do that, and then I'm down here, and it's all messing me up and stuff. So, just something to keep in mind. So when I do make this jump right here, again, you're going to notice my strafe pattern. So I jump off, I strafe a back toward the direction I jumped from, and then I strafe to the left. So again, this is just kind of that pattern I'm talking about over and over and over again. There we go. And so when we come down here, I usually try to land about right here. This is going to be a lineup for what's called, this section is just called hallways. If you can get it without bonking anything, it's called clean hallways. And so this section is really pretty tricky, but when you get it, it's really fucking satisfying. So to start, we'll jump from here. I want to aim about like right here. This is the angle I want coming in. I'm traveling at a diagonal, but I'm not hitting the left or right wall. I want to get myself so when I come in here, I can strafe to the right, and then I'm gonna hit this wall, and you're gonna purposely hit this wall. You can actually honestly be going slow enough to where you don't have to rely on the wall to get around the corner. Are you serious, dude? Out of here. You could be going slow enough to where you don't have to worry about hitting the wall when you go around the corner, but most of the time you're going to be coming in here with so much speed that you're going to want to purposely hit the wall. So how that looks is, see, it just happened. That's exactly what I was talking about, by the way, with waiting to react to that. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so when you come in here, you're going to hit the wall, and then you start your strafe to the right. The key to clean hallways is just patience, is being patient. That is 100% the trick to like understanding this level or this section properly. Is you want to come in here, you want to hold your double jump, like hold your double jump for dear life, and then as soon as you hit the wall, right here, as soon as you hit the wall, then you use it after you hit the wall. If you do it too early, you're gonna find you're gonna like side jump or something, and then your whole momentum is gonna be messed up. You're gonna lose a bunch of time. You'll also find that sometimes you'll get a wall bump when you hit this wall, and it's a huge burst of speed. Let me see if I can get it with the wall bump. No, you don't double jump. I'm saying you hold it. Like, you just don't use it. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, sorry. Thanks for clarifying that way. I can see that sounded confusing. So you hit the wall, and then you jump again. Always just strafe to the left. Wait till you hit the wall, and you'll be able to continue on normally. So you come through here, and I kind of messed up my lineup a bit. Come through here, hit the wall, and then you continue. And then when you're coming around this corner here, I'm just going to eliminate these guys so this is easier for me to explain. When you come around this corner here, you want to take kind of a wide arc. So you want to start to the right and then take an arc around to the left. It's fine to hit this wall a bit, but you want to line up your jumps in a proper way so that you can land on these stairs at about the top, and then you can continue on from there. It's a really important lineup that'll get you through here really fast. That'll save more time than you think. So you come through here, hit the wall, take a wide arc coming around. There. So I usually actually do a double jump when I come through here. I do a double jump because I want to land at the top of the stairs. So I do this and then I double jump here. And then I want to be aiming to the left when I hit the stairs so that I can be holding to the right. And when I'm holding to the right here, it makes it really easy for me to continue on into this room. So I hold to the right, and then I hold to the left, and then so on and so forth. It's like one of those really small things that can help you out so much for the rest of this route. So here, hit the wall. There's a wall bump, that's what I was talking about, that burst of speed. Double jump, and then land about at the top of the stairs. And then as soon as you hit the top of the stairs, this guy is always going to move out of the way for you. He's a homie. You're gonna strafe to the right and then to the left, and then we'll be on to the next section here. I kind of messed that up. Okay, so as soon as we get here, you're gonna slide hop through here. The goal is to wall run off of this guy, and of course the grunts are in the way, as is tradition. So I can't really explain this. Thanks, guys. You're gonna wall run off this wall here. Of course, doesn't give me a slide boost either. Off of this wall and then across the gap here. So there's some trickiness to this. When you come into this room and you're slide hopping, you want to be really careful not to like get yourself cut up against the ceiling as you approach this wall, because what's gonna happen is the game is gonna like auto crouch for you, and great. And when the game auto crouches for you, you can't grab the wall. It's one of those really annoying parts about the game that is kind of there and we have to work around. It's kind of unfortunate, but that's just how it is. So yeah, so the trick here is you want to just let go. You want to let go of crouch. Like as soon as you're right here, you let go of crouch, and then you can usually successfully double jump right there. This is really annoying, and this keeps happening over and over. So I'm gonna see if I can just get like a good quick save here, because the AI movement here is like super messy with like what I'm trying to explain. Okay, quick save here. Okay, so we come through here, and see how the game auto crouch for me? You just have to. You can usually prevent that by letting go of crouch, but sometimes it just happens. Like that. So you have to really be mindful of that, and it's really annoying. And normally, like, if you're mindful of it and you know it's like coming, you can work around it. So from that pillar, we do an edge boost. And then you can actually wall kick off this black wall here, but it can be kind of difficult to time because it's a black wall. You can't really see what's going on. So it's fine just to do a wall run there. It's not really that slow. In any case, you also have to be careful that these stalkers that are across the way can like ass blast you in the face. It's kind of random in that sense. So if you're getting shot, the best thing to do is it will slow you down. You come over to this wall here, and then you just jump around it. That's about it. And so I'll do this one more time. That's so annoying, it keeps crouching me. There we go. So once you get across, these doors are going to open. There's a couple different ways you can approach this. One of them is incorrect and one of them is correct. So you'll see some people do this. Keep in mind, this is not optimal. Don't do this. For when you're doing this, you're waiting for the door to open, and then you have to wait for it to open enough to where you can like wall run off the edge of it. Not only is this slow, it can also be kind of difficult to hit the timing for it. So like don't do that. That's not optimal. The proper way to do this section is you're gonna sprint as the door is opening. So you're gonna sprint at the wall here, and then let me see if I can get here fast enough to when I get to there, but like before the door opens. Okay, where's my quick save? Okay, so that's about good enough. So basically, generally, you're gonna get to this door before it actually opens. This is the important part. And so as soon as the door opens, you're gonna do a slide and then instantly jump. So when you do, you're just basically gonna instantly get a slide boost and then jump, and then you land on, and then you wall run off of this box right here. Yes, that box right there. Thank you for being a visual reference for me. Yeah, so as soon as it opens, slide, jump, and you do a wall run off. And that is like 100% the fastest way through there. And so you can actually do a wall kick off that if you want, but I usually like to get an edge boost here, and then we move on to this truck right here. Also, when I'm coming out of this room, I normally, when you come in here, you'll hear like a little, kind of like an industrial sounding clunk. And as soon as I hear that clunk, I know the doors are about to open, and that's when I hit my cloak. I hit my cloak when I come through here because these guys will like shoot you in the face and just slow you down and get in your way. So it's best to stay cloaked through there. So from this crate right here, I'm usually gonna do, I'm either gonna do a wall kick or an edge boost off here, depending on how confident I'm feeling. And then I'm gonna double jump off of this truck right here. This truck can be really tricky. There's a lot of weird geometry on the truck. So something you have to be careful of is there are some weird edges that you can bump and wall kick off of that will just kind of like send you at a completely like horizontal angle that completely kill your speed. So something that you have to kind of keep in mind is I usually try and jump a bit higher up on the truck. I haven't really found like a consistent way like around it, to be completely honest. I haven't found a way to consistently prevent hitting like a weird angle on the truck or something and just completely getting screwed up. So you have to like, I usually try and land a bit more on the upper part of it, and I seem to have more success with it. Why am I cloaked here now? That's weird. Anyway, and then you can go from there. It's fine if you want to do a short wall run on the truck too. Again, you got to keep in mind anytime you're wall running and not wall kicking, it's slower. But you could do this if you really wanted, and that's going to prevent any weirdness from happening with the wall kick. In any case, we slide, jump, wall kick, and then as soon as you hit this wall again, you're gonna wall kick again. So you wall kick again, then you wall kick again, and again, if you're not confident, you can do wall runs here and still get the same route. It's just gonna be slower. So you could do this wall run, and it's just like that much slower. But it's just something you kind of have to keep in mind as you're coming through here. So here, wall kick here. So one of the things to keep in mind when you come up to this next wall kick down here is that when you do wall kick or jump from here in general, you want to aim for this far part of the wall. Excuse me. You want to aim for this like farther part of the wall because again, there's some weird geometry on this wall where if you're jumping off of right here, you'll see there's this little like nook, and you can actually bonk it, and it will it'll like completely It'll completely nullify your movement. As well, if you land on this part of the if you land on this part of the wall here, you can actually kind of like land on it. Do you see this? And this can mess up your wall run too. So you'll actually land here, you won't wall run, and then you'll just be totally messed up. So coming up here, jump here, and then you as soon like basically the instant I walk off this wall, I'm holding straight to the left, and I want to land about right here. You might find sometimes you don't get up as high as you need to. In that situation, like, so let's say you wall kick from this wall, you land about right here. It's fine just to wall run here and then just do a double jump and then keep going. It's just all about reacting to how fast you're going and how much height you have, and adapting your route accordingly. And that's some of the weird. That was like one of the weird angles I was talking about off that truck. So once you get up here, you want to just kind of stay and go along this little, I guess you call this like a red part, this part right here. You want to be careful coming through here because this pipe sits pretty low, and if you're jumping off this part, super easy to bonk your head here. Super easy. This pipe sits like deceptively low, so even then I hit a bit of a bonk on it. So you just have to be really, really careful. And so this whole section right here is probably the most random in the level, aside from Kane fight. So you follow this along, and as soon as you get to this final jump right here, you're gonna double jump over the crate, and then you jump off the crate again. You're gonna have to see me do this a lot because I have to reset the grunt positions every single time. Otherwise, I can't really explain how this happens at you when it comes at you in the game. So I'm sorry if this becomes redundant. So double jump here, jump off the crate, and then as these guys are coming through, you'll sometimes see a grunt that'll come up here. You shoot him twice, and then these guys are gonna come out of this hallway here. So when I go into this hallway, I just like hold down my shotgun and I just go in guns blazing. Because there's 4 grunts that come out of here and they all want to do their best to stand in your way and negate your movement. So you just want to like blast the shit out of them. So you come through here and I just hold this down. I'm going to be aiming for these last 2 guys here. These last 2 guys, wow. These last 2 guys are really going to be the ones that get in your way. So I'm going to be, as I come through, I'm going to be standing about like this and then moving through at kind of an angle like this. And then I want to shoot these 2 guys at the end, so that way I can cut across to the left and then continue on to this next section. Jump off the crate, this guy's in the way, so we shoot him. Okay. So this is one of the things that happens when like you hit the grunts. So let's say you hit the grunts here. The fastest way through here is you're going to jump off this crate, double jump off of this wall, and you're across. That's like the way to go through if you mess up. If you end up getting through here clean, and again, I have to keep resetting the enemy positions because otherwise it's not going to be accurate to how this happens in a run. So if I'm going through here correctly, the best thing to do here is I'm going to jump off of this wall here. I come across, and then you can usually clear this stalker right here, but the best thing to do when you're coming across like this is just to flat out shoot him in the head. So you shoot him in the head, then you come across here. And this section is so hard to like explain how this happens in a run, just because the enemies keep moving around. And when you come through here in a run, it happens like really, really fast. So explaining it in a run setting is pretty difficult. So let me see if I can explain this slow-mo. So when you come through here, you double jump right here. These guys are in a fine spot, so we're going to jump over them. I come through here and I just start shooting. Now from here I'm going to jump across. I double jump here. I lost some speed for some reason, so I come to this wall, jump off, straight to the right, then the left, shoot this guy in the face, and then I want to be aiming for this guy right here. I want to be aiming so I land like on this side of the wall. If you wall run right here, you just like stop as soon as you hit this, for some reason. But you can wall run here, and you can just run across the same beams. So why it functions that way, I'm not really sure. It just does. So I want to aim about right here. I'm going to wall run for a bit, cloak again, and then I jump off, immediately start slide hopping. So the grunt positions here are always going to be kind of random depending on how you went through this first section. So this is all of it. This whole section is really reactionary, just because it's very random. Jump here, these guys are fine. Blast these guys. Double jump here. jump off, right, left, shoot that guy in the face, float. This guy's moving back, so I'm gonna shoot him so he doesn't jump in my way. This guy's in my way, so I shoot him. And there will be times that you jump through here, and like none of these guys get in your way. And you just go through here, you get through here pretty much scot-free. But you have to be able to react to that and understand like which enemies are gonna be going where, and like which enemy movements mean which. And so you just kind of have to work to recognize that, and it can be pretty difficult. So let me see if I can do this here. Alright, so these guys are coming through. I'm coming through here kind of late, so that's fine. So we come through here, double jump here, jump off this wall, shoot this guy in the face. So let's see. This guy's a little bit close to me, so right. So what I should have done when I came through here, he was a little bit close to me, so I should have went here and shot him. Jump off. I'm gonna start slide hopping. I see this guy in front of me here, so I'm gonna take a wide arc, shoot this guy as I'm coming through, and then shoot this guy right here. So you just have to be able to react to it. There's always going to be 2 grunts in this hallway, and then there's 3 back here. Sometimes this guy, sometimes they'll just like run in your face and there's nothing you can do. And but mostly you can kind of see them just barely ahead of time and figure out what to do from there. I think one more thing to cover with this route is that with this wall on the inside here, it's really annoying as far as like mantling and stuff goes. So when you land on this wall, the trick here is going to be to land like kind of on this beam. You want to like wall run off the beam here. It's a really easy edge boost, and also if you hit it beforehand, some like really weird like funky stuff happens. Like if I land right here, I can like mantle on this thing, or I can just see like right there, I can mantle on it, and then I'm like crouched and it's weird. So the best thing to do is just kind of like when you're jumping toward it, you want to land about on this side. It makes it easiest to get across here. So we come through here. I see this guy running back toward this door, so I'm going to shoot him in the face. This guy's in my way, so we have to shoot him. And these guys will be coming around, so in this case I would just take a wide arc to the left and then come back around. And I guess one final thing to note here is that there is like a bit of an arch through this doorway. So when you come through here, you want to aim mostly for the middle of the door. You don't want to try and cut it on the inside, otherwise you're going to bonk your head right there. So once you're right here, you do an edge boost here. And from this edge boost, you can take this corner pretty tight. You have to be careful of this pipe arch. But I usually want to aim like about right for this like little corner on the of the pipe here. You can actually sometimes land on it and get a slide boost off, but mostly I want to be landing about right here. So from the edge boost here, you land here, and this begins like this is kind of like the beginning of the setup to Sludge skip. And so there's a lot to cover here. I'm going to spend a lot of time in this area. So when you come around this corner, generally speaking, if you have enough speed, you can start the pipe climb immediately, but it requires a pretty precise bunny hop. Do I really not have quality options right now? I usually do, I'm sorry. Twitch must be being finicky with it, so sorry about that. So you can actually just bunny hop straight up here. And it really depends on the speed of how fast you get through this wall. So you jump here, and if you get like a good landing, you can just immediately bunny hop and get up to this like first wall here. And so the trick to this is you want to bunny hop like about like right here. So you don't want to be, you want to still be like underneath the ceiling a bit. And then once you're there, you'll use your double jump as you get like just as you kind of like come out from underneath the ceiling here. So you do like a bunny hop here. Damn it. Pretend I'm bunny hopping. Jump here, bunny hop there. Then you're immediately grabbing the wall. Alternatively, if you don't have the speed for it, and you'll recognize that you have the speed for it just based on your distance. So you want to be landing like about on this these squares right here. This is where you want to be landing. If you land any sooner than that, it's going to be really hard to get it, though it's still possible. So right here, 1, 2, and you're up. If for whatever reason, maybe you kind of missed the edge boost or you just don't have enough distance coming through, like, I don't know, you just like mess this up. You can just like slide through here, let go of slide, and then you double jump. But in any case, the trick here is to immediately jump onto this wall as soon as you get here. And so basically you want to jump here and then immediately jump again. And that's going to take you to the pipe climb. So you can actually jump from here directly to the pipe. So you go here, here, then you're at the pipe. And so you wanna like get this as soon as possible, because how shit works in Titanfall is that if you jump on the same, you can't like jump on the same wall twice basically without a brief delay. Like on the same a wall that has the surface that's facing the same way as another one. So like if so like right here I can't just like jump from here to here and have it grab the wall again, because these surfaces are facing the same way. So how this works with this is this wall is curved, so it recognizes these as different surfaces, and you want to jump off this curve here while it still recognizes like this angle as different from this angle on the pipe. So that's a really important thing to keep in mind. So you get up here as soon as possible, double jump again, and then you grab onto the pipe. I'm normally aiming for about this front-facing part of the pipe here, or a little bit to the left of it. If you jump onto this wall like really late for some reason, like you're like right here, just aim for like this far part of the pipe and you're fine. That way like this doesn't happen where like you're right here and then you're right here and it doesn't let you grab the wall. So yeah, so the pipe climb is really difficult. Not really difficult, it's a little difficult,
Exercise caution.
but done proficiently it looks like this. So there's 14 total jumps in this climb, and I'll do this slow-mo to show you what's going on. Alright, so we're right here. We'll do slow-mo. So again, there's 14 jumps here. Jump, jump, wall, jump, jump, wall, jump, jump, pipe. Run around the pipe, double jump, onto this wall, double jump, onto this wall, double jump, onto this pipe, double jump. And the reason we're double jumping is gonna really quickly is just because that's gonna give us the most amount of height in like a short space. So there's a few tricks to this. So we'll just start from the pipe. So when you're coming from the pipe here, you have to wait. You want to run around the pipe enough so that it'll recognize this as a different surface than the pipe you were on, like a different facing surface. You can actually jump like from the pipe right here to the wall, but it'll recognize, it'll say it's like the same facing surface, and then it won't let you grab the wall. So, and it's possible when you come up here, you can have like too much height, and so it'll like mantle you right here. There's a way you can avoid this, and it can be pretty tricky because you have to do it really fast, but when you see it, I'll show you to it in real time and then in slow motion. So you see I do a really quick flick to the right with my mouse. That is completely intentional, and it serves a really specific purpose. So the trick here is as soon as you get right here, you instantly look to the right. The game won't mantle you if you're not looking here. So if I'm looking at the surface, it's going to mantle me. But if I'm looking to the right, it's not going to mantle me here. So it's all about as soon as you make this jump from this wall here, you immediately look to the right. So you double jump, immediately look to the right, and that's what prevents you from mantling there. And it's really important. And then from here, double jump, double jump. And so if you do end up mantling on the, if you do end up mantling on the pipe there, or on the, on that surface.
Pilot, exercise caution.
So like, let's say you get this, you have enough height, and then like, oh crap, I mantled. The best thing to do here is you run up off of this ledge here, you get a really high double jump, and you can just jump straight over here. You don't have to do like this arc around there. Another good thing to keep in mind when you do make this route is shoot the Marvin. He will get in your way. I don't care how much you love Marvins, you shoot this guy every single time. That's kind of like the backup strat here. So, shoot the Marvin, and then you're across. So that's pipe climb. And so after pipe climb, we move on to probably like the most annoying section in the level, another one of the most difficult ones. We call this one pipe hallways. So how this works, and let's say we're continuing from right here, is I'm gonna get a double jump here, and this is like really hard to explain all at once. There's like a lot that's going on here, and it's really hard not to just like show you an example and be like, do that. Okay, so from here,
Pilot, our paths will intersect just
you're gonna
up
want to
ahead.
like try and stay to the left side of the wall. You try and stay to the left side of the wall, and then take like kind of a wide arc coming into this hallway right here. And when I'm talking about this, the whole time you're supposed to be slide hopping. So you stay at the left side here, you take a wide arc, and then you come into this hallway here. You have to take a wide arc because this pipe sticks out pretty far, and it is really, really easy to wall bump. And also this this thing will like bump you too. This guy right here, this little valve, that has collision, and you will bonk off it. So it's pretty silly. So from here, jump here, double jump,
Our paths will
stick to the left
intersect
side,
just
wide
up
arc.
ahead.
There you go. So if you can land right there, you're pretty much in the clear. From here, you do a double jump. And dude, it's like, this happens so fast. Me explaining like what exactly I'm looking for is really hard to do. So let me see if I can just do this in slow-mo here. So, come across here, double jump, stick to the left side, move to the right, double jump here, and again, so you have to, there's just like this is something you're really going to learn from experience. The best thing you can do is just try and hold on to your slide hop for as long as possible. Even if you think you're going to mantle, you might not. Some things to keep in mind of when you're coming through here is to be careful of this pipe right here when you double jump. This little head bonk area right here, and then finally these pipes have like rings on them, and like you can bonk them for God knows why. I don't know why this little ring has collision, but I have bonked my head on it so many times. Both of these rings have collision. Like, I love respawn, but man, you can like just bonk everything in this game. It's so silly. So done properly, like the main thing about this is just like getting a proper setup for it.
Our paths will
So that means sticking
intersect
to the
just
left,
up
taking a
ahead.
wide arc, and then like working from here. Double jump, straight to the left. So this looks like really simple, but it's honestly so complicated, and it's really, really hard for me to explain what you're supposed to be doing. So really, like, the best thing I can explain is like, do what I do.
Our paths will
Do as I do.
intersect just up ahead.
Anyway, so if you bonk or anything like that, if you like bonk right here, the best thing to do is double jump here, come across, and then just do a slide hop. You can continue on from there. Don't try and like reset your slide, because the slide boost timer isn't going to let you.
Pilot,
So you
our
come through
paths
here,
will intersect just up
and
ahead.
let's say like you make a mistake, like, ah, darn it. So you just jump up here, and then slide right here. Whoops, my finger slipped off control. Slide right here, and then straight to the left. And that's it. Yeah, we call that the walk of shame. We call that the walk of shame. Yep. So, let's talk about Sludge Kit. So generally speaking, after you get through pipes, there's going to be a dialogue option available at the bottom of your screen. It's always going to be available like toward the end of the pipe climb, or toward the end of the pipe hallways rather.
Pilot, our paths will intersect
And it's going to be
just
this one
up
right
ahead.
here. So from this option, you're going to select Missing Me Already. So you want to be hitting Missing Me Already about when you get right here. This is about when you want to use the Missing Me Already option. So you'll see across the way how BT is standing. Man, my green screen is bothering me. Or I guess my chroma key rather. You'll see how BT is standing behind the fence there. As long as BT is talking to us, he's going to be standing behind that fence. And we want to keep BT behind that fence because from there we can actually like disembark through the fence onto him. That's not intended, but it's something that works. So we want BT to stay behind the fence, but we need him to like cycle through all of his dialogue before he does, because if he doesn't cycle through all this dialogue, the game crashes to menu. So there's a lot of stuff you're trying to balance here. So right here, you're going to say Missing Me Already. That's the one you select here.
It's good to see you,
Oh,
buddy.
whoops, and I missed it because I was alt-tabbing back in. So we'll just do this again real quick.
Pilot, our paths will intersect just up ahead.
Okay. So once we're here, we hit Missing Me Already.
Missing me already?
And then we're going to come through here, and I'll explain this, but I'll explain all this as I do it. But I'm just going to like do it first. I'm gonna show it done properly. And then as soon as I get to this, button, I'm gonna say, "Good to see you, buddy."
You do it yourself. All right, scrubs, enough's enough.
And then from here we can jump across, jump to this pipe. Now as soon as BT says marking your HUD, you're clear to embark on it through the fence. And that's how that works. So there's lots of different ways you can go about this. There's actually a slower dialogue option you can choose if you're not going fast enough. So I'm gonna keep my quick save there. I'm gonna set up another one here. And I'll walk you through all the individual parts of Sludge Skip now. So we'll start right here. So coming through here, the first thing you're gonna do is just double jump and then strafe to the right, and this will start you with like a slide hop that you can use through here. So you jump here, and then actually when you jump there, you're gonna double jump, and then from this double jump, you're gonna just do like a really wide arcing strafe, so that when you land here, you land about right here, and you can just slide under the door. This is a strat that this is one of the first strats I ever created, and I'm really proud of it. I made this a long time ago. So you do a really wide arcing strafe, and then you just go through there. And it allows you to keep a lot of speed for your next slide hop, so you can just take a straight shot all the way through there. So it's a little bit tricky. It's a little bit tricky, but as long as you land right here, you do the double jump and you do a wide arcing strafe. You can even land like about right here, and still like slide all the way through, and then I mean that's fine too. As long as you're not like landing at the doorway and then like going, oh damn it, and then you have to slide again, you're fine. It's just really important that you keep that fluid momentum all the way through. So with this strat, like assuming you mess something up here, whether it is like you head bonk or you have like if you're not coming out of here at like a pretty decent speed, you basically want to have enough speed coming out of here to get to land on these pipes.
I guess that's why they
or like somewhere close to it.
You do it yourself.
And so assuming that you are, the optimal route here is you come through with the slide. I'm gonna have to go back to the quick save here. I'm not gonna be able to get enough speed like this. So we're gonna come back here, slide through, jump, and then I usually do like a little strafe through the air, land here,
I guess that's why they pay me the big bucks.
and then you jump off the pipe, and then you can land about on this thing right here. And then so from this thing right here, you can land on this guy, and this takes you like straight to the sludge pumps. This is like the fastest way through. I'm really sorry. Dragon is really distracting for me. This is gonna be the fastest way through. So jump here, you'll land here, and this takes you straight to the button. If you do make a mistake at any point during this, the alternative here, so like let's say you just don't have a lot of speed, the alternative is you're gonna wall run on this wall right here, you're gonna double jump off, you're gonna land right here, and then you can jump across, and this again will take you straight to the button. This is only faster if you don't have any speed coming out from like the arc that I'm talking about. So go here. Let's say you make a mistake. Oof, I bonked. Come through here, double jump, land here. And that's a bit slower than that. Assuming you should only be doing that if you make a mistake. If you have speed coming out of there, you should always be taking the straight route straight across. So now for getting back to BT, let's pretend that we just hit the button. So I'm not gonna hit the button, otherwise there's gonna be a bunch of ticks that spawn. So once we get right here, BT's gonna have a dialogue option that says, well actually there's gonna be two dialogue options. There's gonna be it's good to see you too, buddy, and then there's the other one. It's good to see you, buddy is the fastest one, and so that's gonna be the one that you use if you're like pretty good at Sludge Skip. That's gonna be the one that you're using, because you're gonna say it's good to see you, buddy, and then you can come across here and then get to BT before he's done talking. If you're like newer at the game, I'd recommend choosing the other dialogue option. I don't remember what it is off the top of my head. It's not the one that it's good to see you, buddy. It's the other one. And so there's a few ways back to BT. So we'll start with the fastest one. The fastest one is going to be this wall run right here. You have to be kind of careful. You have to like aim for this like kind of like gap between this overhang and the doorway right here. You can go like too low and then this happens, or you can go like too high, and then like you'll just like bonk that or something. So there's like definitely like a happy medium with it. So I usually find that I'll like hit the button here and then I jump about like, I look about here-ish and then I just jump. That's what gets me there most of the time. I always just kind of like try and aim for this little square thing, jump, and that'll usually get you across it. You have to be pretty careful. Oh, what's up, Airtheo? Sorry, man. You have to be careful when you're jumping off here because you can jump too early and then bonk. So it's all about patience right here, like so many other parts of this level. And that'll take you across here. And then once you make this big jump, you can land pretty much anywhere over here and then just jump once, and then you'll make it over to the pipe where BT sits. It just kind of depends on how fast you're doing that. But again, that's like the main thing to keep in mind right there. Alternatively, if you don't want to do the wall run from there, you could just like hit the button and then just do a slide and then grab right here. And you can jump across like this. This is like a bit harder to execute. Just because you're jumping from a lower point, and so there's a bit more that can go wrong when you're trying to make it across the gap. There's just like stuff that can get in the way. You can accidentally mantle right here, or you know, what have you. So it's really dependent on like your height and what you're most comfortable with. But this is definitely a thing you can do. It's just not quite as proficient as the other one. So as far as I'll talk a bit about getting to the pipe, and then we'll move on to the other stuff here. As far as actually getting to the pipe goes, when you jump to it, you want to aim probably further left than you think you need to. There's like a big invisible wall right here. So there's a big invisible wall on the right side. It's about like right here. You could see I'm like running forward and I'm hitting it. I'm like trying to run forward here and there's a wall there. So you have to aim about like right here. So this whole section, like basically from this ring onward, is blocked off. So you have to aim for the left side, and that's really important. I can't tell you like how many times me or other runners have come across here and we're just like slightly too far to the right, and then okay, slightly too far to the right, and then we hit that. So you take damage, and then like that's it. It's really frustrating. So there is another way through to the sludge. I'm not gonna if you don't want to do the wall run, there's another route you can take. So you come here, you'd hit the button, and then you could just like slide off.
You do it yourself.
Jump down here. You can actually like do this all in one. You can do this all in one motion if you wanted to. But most of the time, if people aren't doing the wall run strat, it's because they're not confident with it. So in that case, the trick here is I usually come and I line up with these pipes. And I'll do like a slide here, and I jump. And that'll get you across. So generally speaking, you'll have enough time to get from the button, come here, stand here, line up, and then do this, and that'll get you over to the pipes. You don't even have to strafe or anything. It's just pretty straightforward. Alternatively, another one you can do is you can jump off here. You can jump off here. Oh, that grenade boosted me off. You can jump off here, double jump here, and then jump across like that. And then finally, another route is if, let's say you mess up sludge skip, something you can do here is you come up here. Oh, whoops, I guess I was a bit too low for that. You'd probably have to jump up on this first box, double jump. You can make it up like that. Generally speaking, if I miss sludge skip, but I'm like far enough ahead that I'm not gonna reset, I jump here, double jump here, and then I jump across like that. So there's lots of ways to get over there. You just have to pick and choose the one that's fastest for your skill level. So now that we have that established, I will show you what sludge skip looks like with the dialogue option chosen.
Pilot, our paths will intersect just up ahead.
And I'll choose a longer dialogue option too. So I'll say missing me already here. This is the one you should always be choosing, missing me already. And I'm purposely making mistakes here to give you an idea of what this looks like for like a less proficient player.
That would be in violation of Protocol 3.
Never mind.
And so you can say long time no CBT, and this is the longer option.
Long time no see, BT.
So from there, you can like jump over here, come over here and get yourself lined up. Make this jump, and now BT is saying marking your HUD. All right, so we've done sludge skip. If you don't get to BT before, if BT runs away before you get to him, the trick here is you sit back in this corner and you just kind of shoot at him, and then like eventually he'll run over to you. Once you're in this position, you're just kind of like SOL. You just kind of like have to wait. You can sometimes shoot the ticks because BT likes to mess with the ticks. But eventually he runs back over to you. I think I was sitting here like a bit too long for him to come back over. He's probably just gonna chill there. So if you take like way too long, I think most of the time you're just kind of done. So. But in any case, this would be the strat, and eventually BT runs over. Right now I've like waited too long. So. Anyway.
Sludge flower in the next chamber, marking your HUD.
We'll do this so we can move on to Kane fight now.
IMC security forces. I guess that's why they put
Oops.
bugs.
Dang it.
Emergency
Well, I think BT's actually going to run away because I didn't have, right, because of the quick save I chose. Okay, cool. So this will actually work out. I can show you what to do here. So you were too slow, something happened, for whatever reason you couldn't get to BT in time. You sit over in the corner, you shoot at him, and then eventually he walks over. Okay, so now,
Pilot mode engaged.
from here, you're going to turn around, dash once, dash here. I'm not going to go over this too much, it's pretty simple. Hold your dash when you come around this corner because there's some weird geometry, so wait till you get about right here. You see how I kind of bonked there? And you can dash twice. Dash again. And then this little corner right here, you can actually run up on this corner quite a bit before you hit an invisible wall. There's a wall about right there, so you can run about right here, and then you just dash, dash diagonal forward. And then that'll get you to the right point. So you come here, here, and then you'll start Kane fight. So, Kane fight is, actually, hold up, let me load my checkpoint. Where's my checkpoint here? Okay, that's fine. Okay, so before you start Kane fight, you need to switch to tone. There we go. And now we can start Kane fight. So Kane fight is pretty straightforward. The biggest thing that we're doing here with Kane fight is we're trying to play around his flame shield. His flame shield is a big orange shield that's going to block like 100% of all incoming damage. So we want to make sure that we're avoiding that. And there's a few ways you can tell. There's a few ways you can play around it. Most of the time he usually does it in like certain like time increments based on how much damage he's taken. So yeah, there's a couple things we can do to play around that. First things first, at the start of the fight. Excuse me, at the start of the fight. First things first, at the start of the fight here, you run up on the sledge. You're gonna shoot Kane 3 times. There we go. Shoot Kane. So if I was like doing this properly, I would have hit him. I'm trying to explain as I'm doing it though, so it's a bit harder. So let's just do this in slow mo. So you're gonna come up on this ledge, shoot Kane 3 times. You dash forward, shoot the sky 3 times. And then now you use the missile barrage, but you want to dash back at the brute, so both the missile barrages hit the brute. Now we're gonna come down here to Kane, shoot him 3 times. Use 1 barrage of missiles, then we're gonna swap reload. I'll come back to this. Okay, so this is just me getting unlucky. You want to aim for his crit spot, so that's right in the middle there. Now you're gonna use salvo core before the final missile barrage. Salvo core, missile barrage, and then again, now you just aim for crits. And this is actually like a really unlucky Kane. So this happening in a run would be really rare. So that's about how Kane fight works. So I'll try and do this again in real time.
Let's get this party started, scrub.
God, I'm having trouble with this because like, whatever. I'm not gonna make excuses. I'm just gonna execute.
Let's get this party started, scrub.
There we go. Where is he? Oh, can I swap relays? Aim for crits. Salvo core. And I'm getting really unlucky Kanes here. Slow-mo any percent win. I know, right? Anyway, so this is how that fight works. The most important part normally is just getting this first part down correctly. I keep making mistakes as I'm recording a tutorial. So after this first missile barrage with Kane, he'll pretty much always bring up his flame shield. And so what you do when that happens, while he brings up his flame shield, is you're gonna swap reload. So swap reloading is when you like if you watch my ammo count here. Actually, let's just kill Kane real quick. Then I can explain to you guys swap reloading. Can't believe we took no damage from that salvo core.
Okay, not bad. Bad, huh? New challenge.
This is so troll. Kane, just fucking die. What the hell? I'm taking damage. Anyway, so when you swap to another Titan loadout and then swap back to BT, or to BT to the one that you swapped from, it'll reload the ammo for it. So you'll see like my ammo's at 8 here. Now it's back to 12. This is faster than reloading normally by about like half a second. So you can do. Anyway, so it's just like a bit faster, and it's really, really good with tone. So you're only going to use one of them during this fight, optimally. So you do the 1, 2, 3, and then you're gonna. The default key binding on PC for doing this is really tough. I think F4 is the normal one. I have it set to 4, so for me I do 4 tab space, 4 tab space. So it's just, and you can just get used to doing this like over and over and over again. And it becomes kind of like a rhythm if you can get it. Anyway, so that's swap reloading. Yeah, and I guess one more like tidbit with Kane fight is always be ADSing with tone. You should always be aiming down the sights with them. Never do like the tone hip fire. It's really inaccurate. It's really bad. So 1, 2, 3. Swap reload. Aim for crits. 1, 2, 3. Salvo core. Missile barrage. Aim for crits. That was like a perfect Kane fight. So, yeah, I think that's Blood and Rust, finally. I'm sorry that took so long in the interruptions with my dog, but yeah, that's Blood and Rust. I would say in a nutshell, but let's be honest, that was really long-winded. So, anyway, yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next tutorial.